And we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? So today is genuinely going to be completely and absolutely live because I was running really busy today. I had to go get my blood tested routine. But strangely enough, in Alberta labs right now, there's huge lineups. I had an appointment and yet I had to wait for an hour, almost hour and a half. And then they took us into that room where they take the blood. And then I was there for another half an hour. But when I came out of giving my blood, there was even a longer lineup. I'm not sure why this is happening. And of course, I spoke to the nurse. Do you call them nurse? No, lab technicians. And I asked them why it's taking so much longer or why the lineups are so long. And they didn't really have an answer for me. They said, we don't know what's going on. Maybe people are seeing doctors more often now. Regardless, so today was an interesting day. So I was out and about. I even went to Safeway and I put it on Facebook today that I went to get produce today after a very, very long time. I haven't been to a grocery store in a very long time. And I could not open that bag without the saliva. It's so interesting. Like, I never even realized that I've been using my saliva to open the bags all these years. So it was so interesting that I was standing there and I'm trying to open the bag and I wouldn't open that produce bag. So I had to take the sanitizer out of my bag and put it on my fingers. And then that's how I opened the produce bag. So anyways, those are my little two stories. But welcome to Ghar ki Murgi Dal Barabar on TC San. We will be speaking to Pavan today, and let me bring him onto the screen right away. And there he is. Hi.
Govinda, Govinda.
Govinda to you too. And to talk about Pavan, I think you weren't home either for the last little while. He came home too just recently because he was out with our daughter, taking her to the park because it's so nice out now. Finally. Oh my goodness.
Hey, what's there around the corner?
Your birthday? Your birthday is around the corner, and what else is around the corner?
Marriage anniversary.
Marriage anniversary is around the corner.
Spring?
I don't know about that. We were married on the spring equinox. Is that what you call it? Yeah, we chose that day particularly because it was a Wednesday. It's not even like a weekend, but it was a Wednesday. I chose the day. Pavan didn't really have any say in it. He didn't really care. He didn't really care about marriage. That's another story we should talk about, why you never cared about marriage. All right, so today's topic is we're talking about artificial meat, which a lot of you may have eaten at A&W, Beyond Meat burgers. Pavan is a vegetarian, so I'm going to tell this story actually. Pavan is a vegetarian, and he loves Beyond Meat. Sorry, I'm really hot right now, so I need to take my sweater off. But so Pavan loves Beyond Meat, and we went to A&W. This is year 2018 summer, and me, Pavan, and our daughter, we went to A&W, and he ordered his Beyond Meat burger. I went to the bathroom to wash my hands with my daughter, and I came out, and Pavan had already eaten half a burger. Turns out he ate my teen burger. So he ate my beef burger, and he'd been telling me, and he told me, oh, this is so good. Beyond Meat is so good. And I don't know if that was the first time you were trying it. It was the first time you were trying it?
No.
And
Yeah,
it was the first time he was trying it. And he tells me, he says, oh, this Beyond Meat burger is so, so delicious. It's so amazing. And he was eating a teen burger, which is a beef burger. So that was his introduction to Beyond Meat burger. And then last year, summer 2020, I had a chicken habanero burger from A&W, and he had the Beyond Meat. And then again, he ate half of my chicken burger. So he's had both beef and he's had chicken, and he's a vegetarian. But the reason I tell this story is obviously the Beyond Meat burger works then because it tastes just like meat would. Or maybe you don't know the difference.
No, I wouldn't know that much, but Ed ate one day, and he's like, I and Ed, a business
Ed
partner.
is
So
Ed
yeah,
is a business partner, so you need to say that. Okay.
yeah. So we go to the field quite often. We travel quite often, and A&W pit stop is our that's what we do tradition as a tradition. So we stopped, and I always get Beyond Meat. And Ed was like, "Oh, I want to try this." So he got Beyond Meat, and he says, "Buddy, it tastes so much like a beef burger." Like he's like, as white Albert and cowboy as he is, I don't think he has ever even heard of a vegetarian burger. I think he thinks it's a sacrilege. But because I keep eating it, he says, "Oh, I want to try it." I wasn't there when he tried, so he called me and he said, "You know what? I had a Beyond Meat just now. I'm just coming out of the. I just ate it, and he's like, it tastes so much like beef. There is no difference." So
And
take it.
strangely enough, I have not tasted Beyond Meat yet, and I don't want to taste Beyond Meat burger yet. Like something doesn't feel right eating a vegetarian or eating a fake meat burger. It's not even a vegetarian burger. It's fake meat.
Well,
They're trying for it to taste like meat, right? They're
mhm.
trying to replace meat so it tastes just like meat. So they're trying to find these artificial products that would make, I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't know.
You
It
can say that they're trying these non-animal products, not artificial products.
Yeah, well, they're isolates. They're protein isolates. So they're not like wholesome lentils or anything. Like they're soy products, aren't they? It's
We can talk about that, but they're
very
plant-based
synthetic.
products.
Yeah, they're plant-based. You can call them plant-based, but they're not necessarily healthy.
No, oh yeah, okay. If you're talking about health, you're not going to go and eat a burger for healthy nutritional lifestyle, right? Oh, let me go and grab a burger. Oh, yeah, because I want to get healthy. You don't do that.
Yeah, yeah, but the reason why you're choosing, I'm just talking about people who are making that choice to go vegetarian, not because of any religious or cultural reasons, but they're choosing for health, right? So if you're switching from a meat burger to a Beyond Meat burger, which has a high sodium content, and technically it's not really wholesome plant foods either. It's not like dal in a burger. It's not quinoa in a burger.
No,
It's
no,
oil
yeah.
based
So
and
okay,
it's
so
really artificial.
the engineering is for the taste. So they're engineering these products for the taste. They're not engineering these products for healthy reasons. So when they're building this Beyond Meat burger, the only and only optimization they are working forward is for um, to make them taste as close to as meat. So they're targeting not me. They're targeting Ed actually. For me, they're not my main. Then me, I'm not their main customer. So there is a big mainstream customer who is turning from a who grew up in a non-vegetarian households and who wants a vegetarian option. This is what they are optimizing for. They're not optimizing for people who are always vegetarians, because we will eat any crap out there, right? We will go and eat a burger which tastes like cardboard. For
Cardboard.
us, yeah. So for us it's not that the consideration. The people that are optimizing, the people that are targeting is Ed, not Power.
So it comes back to the same question: is why would Ed? Sorry, hi Ed. We need to watch this show. So why would Ed eat a plant-based burger?
It's a choice. So people are moving. There is a considerable amount of people who are becoming, or either they want to. So there is this movement. We should talk about the background behind this is a climate change background. So there is people. There is a conscious choice people are asked to make, that they should not eat meat at least once a week. People are asked to renounce meat once a week, and it's not a big deal for as Indians. When we grow up, we eat one meat once a week. I don't eat meat, but if you ever eat, it's like once or twice a week in an Indian household, if I know my friends properly. But But in a Western choice, the meat is a very staple diet. So meat really has a huge environmental footprint. So one of the things which is being asked to do is, why don't you why don't you cut down your meat consumption for once a week or so. So that's where, and then that's where what are the protein choices if you cut off your meat once a week? It's usually it's usually plant-based lentils. So they want to make that into, they want to go and they want to try eat it into a tastier meal rather than just a cardboard meal. They want to make it into a tastier meal. So it is trying to give people more choices. And if you look up the vegan trend is also becoming really large. And these both Beyond Meat and Impossible Burger, both are vegan products. So that's where all these choices come from.
Yeah, but
So
their stock is falling right now. That's what
yeah,
I've been.
but that has nothing to do with their product. I looked up on that. Why is their stock happening? It's a general trend of all the food based stock prices are falling because of pandemic, because people are not going to restaurants. This is mainly a food consumed in a restaurant. This is very few people buy this food at home to cook it at home. So this is a cooking.
Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around, and I actually encourage anyone who's watching to tell us, if you are not a vegetarian, would you eat the Beyond Meat burger? I personally, I can't bring myself to eat it, because if I'm eating once in a while anyway outside, like you said, burgers is not something, a choice that, a healthy choice to begin with. It's a fast food. You do it occasionally. So if I am doing it occasionally and I am a meat eater, vegetarianism is not a big deal for me. Like, a majority of my food is vegetarian when we eat at home. So if it's once in a blue moon I'm eating it, why would I choose?
As I said, you are not the person they're trying to target. They're trying to target people
Yeah,
who
but
are
even I am
who
the
eat
person they're trying to target
no
too,
who
though.
eat outside quite often, and then there is no choices for vegans and vegetarian people.
Yeah,
So
I guess.
that's the and beyond. At some point, it was such a big hit. A&W ran out of stocks of
Yeah,
Beyond Meat,
I heard that. Even the Impossible Burger, they were running out of stock.
and then it's not available in Canada, and it's only available in select restaurants in America. So there are very big differences between Impossible Burger and Beyond Meat, but these two are the main contenders right now is in this market.
What about the Garden Burger? The Morning Star Garden Burger.
It's cardboard burger.
I remember eating that a long time ago. I think this was many years ago. Oh man, that was terrible. And Kellogg's has one too. There are so many plant-based burgers, but
Yeah,
they
but
don't
that's
taste like meat. They taste
mhm,
like cardboard.
cardboard. Yeah, they taste like cardboard, and they're not really optimizing for the taste. They're just giving a choice. That if you want to a healthier choice, that's the healthier choice. It's like lentils baked into a cake. That basically that's it. Like better eat dal with tadka. That's it.
The
If you
dal roti kha lo.
Yeah, that's it.
Much
That's
better to
it.
eat dal
hmm
roti than eating a cardboard burger. So,
hmm
what is the future? What do you see the future of burgers in, or artificial meat? What's
Oh, it's
happening?
going. It is going to be really good. The amount of technology is involved in these products is amazing. So the Beyond Meat is just one step. Impossible Burger takes it to the next level. So Beyond Meat is just that they're going for the texture mostly. So they want the moisture retention. They want how the protein needs to be ground. So mainly they're optimizing for texture. They're optimizing, and mostly they're grilling in the same sort of a grill. So you are getting that sort of a meat taste as well. And so, but Impossible Burger is something really to the next level. There are other levels which we can talk about. That this level is, they are trying to go up. They're trying to go, and they're trying to disintegrate the burger into their individual proteins, and they're trying to create these proteins synthetically or find them in plant-based uh, products. So that's what Impossible Burger. So I want to talk about one protein which is a very close link to hemoglobin. That's the blood protein. It is the one which makes that soft bite into the meat. And no, it is this hemoglobin is not available in plants. It's not. And there is its cousin myoglobin is the one which is available in plots, which in plants, and that too in roots of leguminous. But it's very hard, so you can't go and destroy plants and soya roots and everything. So what these guys did was they extracted the gene from these myoglobin, and then they introduce this gene into a fast reproducing yeast. And this yeast, because it reproduces really fast, and they extract yeast from these secretions of they extract this myoglobin, which is also called heme, Heme, and they extract it from this yeast, and then they add it into their burger mixture. And it is that's how. And then they go, and then they even the smell of a burger, they put this they heat this burger up, and then they capture the evaporates of this, and then they use an electron spectroscopy to identify the chemicals, break down the chemicals, and then they try to create these chemicals. So this Impossible Burger, for all practical purposes, they went and put it in front of Michelin star chefs, and then they have created amazing dishes with it. And people who eat this, even people who have been eating, even Eds of the world who have been eating meat for all their life, could not able to tell the difference between with the Impossible Burger.
Comes back to the same question though. So they're trying to save the environment. That's the driving
And
force.
I sent you a graphic. If you put the graphic, which will illustrate the environmental benefits. Yeah. So that's what it takes for 1 ton of your food. That's that much water. And there is, once the water is being used, this water needs to be processed too. So there is a lot of waste with comes with uh, beef and pork production. And that water, not only you need to find fresh water, but also you have to deal with the waste. What are you going to deal with the waste? It's a big problem. So mainly it's a water problem. So how are you going to deal with the water problem? And also cows have a huge methane emissions. So they say that the emissions from cows is as close to emissions from abandoned oil and gas, methane emissions from abandoned oil and gas.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So
I've heard that.
we can. So the big push is, if anyone asks what can you do uh, personally to reduce their impact, greenhouse impact on impact, so that reduce your meat consumption a bit. But not, this is not an advice for an Indian household. But if you are eating a lot of beef, and reduce your impact on beef, and that would be a little bit of an impact in the world. So this is where all these alternatives come in.
So the major drive for switching to these artificial meat burgers is, uh, of course, the taste. You want the meat taste, but
Hmm.
it's mostly to save the planet, because the nutritional value, I
Hmm.
do not see the nutritional value of these burgers or these products being any better than the
Yeah,
meat product.
hold your thought there. The thing is, these guys are, this is a final product you're talking about. There are many steps. You are adding all the glycosamates and all of that to make it taste like a burger. But if they give it to you in a raw form, so they give it to you like a packaged meat, like what you get, like those meat which is comes through a grinder. I don't know what do you call it, but if you give it to you, and you go and cook however you want to cook. You want to make burgers the way you want to make. It's like it's not like, at some point you would be getting this like a meat packet. which you go home and do whatever, make it taco meat or make it
But
whatever you want to
it's
make.
and it's mostly soy.
So yeah, so there is a soya protein in our in Beyond Meat. In not in Beyond Meat is a pea based. It's like a pea based protein, but in Impossible Burger is a soya protein.
Yeah, but again, those are protein isolates. Like they're not wholesome. Uh, I don't know. I just can't wrap my
No,
head around it being
yeah, there is
healthy.
no need to, like, it's not, as I said, it's not exactly for people who you can't really compare it to saying that
The
it's not.
the only reason I would eat it is if I wanted to save the planet per se.
Yeah, that's the
Not
only
for
reason.
Yeah,
No,
not for the health reasons. Like
no, no,
it's not for someone who has become vegetarian because they feel that it's better for their health.
no,
Yes, being a vegetarian may be better for their health or whatever reasons, but this burger particularly is not a
no,
better
it's not a healthy alternative. No, it's like an alternative for people who don't want to eat meat. But that's, you're talking about burger. But if you're talking about whatever you want to cook, you can cook it. But this protein, it's just a protein isolate. It has this, they are trying to make it texture wise, and they want to do it. They won't add salt to it. You add your own salt if you want to cook it
No, I
yourself.
understand. I understand that completely. But I was just trying to understand the drive behind someone eating this. It's more, I think, the awareness of climate change is
Mm,
happening quite a bit.
mm.
The awareness that we're, uh, burdening the planet if we can switch from eating beef at the
With
large scale that we're doing.
the
Yeah,
quantities what North America consumes, it's not very sustainable. So you need
yeah,
some other sustainable way
food
to.
source. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another sustainable food source that tastes like what we grew up eating. So you
Mm,
don't have to sacrifice your taste buds for saving the environment. So
hmm.
here's an alternative, which is quite similar, even in the protein content. Protein content is quite high. In fact, the protein content that's in the burgers, in the meat burgers, or in the artificial burgers, it's a lot more than what we need.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but I think you touched on this briefly. B12 is a vitamin that we get only and only from animal-based products, be it
Hmm.
oat, be it
Hmm.
milk, be it meat. Have they been able to replicate that in this? I don't think they have been able to
No,
replicate.
they haven't been able to. So no, that's not. It's a vegan product, so you can't really have a animal based additive in it. So if you want a B12, you have to go. But I don't think that. I at least I so far I don't know whether there is a vegan B12
Yeah,
supplement.
I haven't heard of that either. So that's one of my. I know I've always wondered. So our body needs B12. Does that mean that we are supposed to be not vegetarian?
Yeah, humans were not vegetarians. Humans were evolved to hunt. Humans were a hunting. Humans were a predator species. Humans were not a not a vegetarian species at all. Humans hunted in their grasslands. They all their tools were developed to hunt. If you see all the primitive societies, they all hunted. They're all hunter gatherers. So.
So
Uh,
if that's the case, why are you a vegetarian?
me mainly for philosophical reasons. So I think that if I can eat without killing another being, I would like to do that. If I don't have a choice of killing another being which can feel pain, I would I would not do that.
But humans, as you said, that we evolved
Yeah,
to
but
eat.
we also have a choice now, right? We are not. We have a free will. So when we know that we are killing other beings for food, which is you can sustain yourself by not killing. That's the free will you can or you can use, and that's the free will as a human. But if you're a tiger, or if you're a predator, you don't have a free will. That's what it's programmed to you. But as a human, you are given a free will to choose your your dietary preferences or the way you live, the way you do. And so as a human, you make the choice, and it's available, and we have been doing it quite healthily.
And what is the future, you think, of products as such?
Oh, it's going to be huge. And so the other thing I wanted to talk about was lab grown meat. So
Mm.
there are these new startups which are coming, which are going to this is meat. So they extract the DNA from a living organism, and so they map the DNA of a muscle. So like a chicken muscle or a beef muscle, different parts of the muscle, different muscles too, like thigh and a breast, and like in a T-bone for a beef or whatever. And then you grow that kind of meat in a bioreactor. So it's basically you are growing meat. So it is, you don't kill an animal, you don't do anything, but you are eating the meat, and it tastes meat. It's meat. There is no. It's not artificially. It's not a plant based protein. It's an animal protein, but there is no animal involved in it. There is no killing involved. There is no butchering involved in it. So you grow and you take it out, package it, and sell it. So
Mm.
the first startup is in Singapore. They made their chicken nuggets, and it has been approved by the Singapore Food Authority. So they are not ready. They are not ready to commercialize it, because there is so much energy and water need for this too. But it's a process which can be optimized, right? You're trying to and they are planning to optimize this product. So once it's optimized, when you get when you buy a product in superstore, you would not know whether it came from a butcher's table or a bioreactor. So you would
Very
be.
interesting. I actually would feel a lot more comfortable eating that genetically produced meat in a petri dish. Why not?
Yeah,
I
why
wouldn't
not?
feel I
Yeah,
wouldn't feel
that's the question I ask myself all the time. As a vegetarian, would I be able to do that? I think
yeah.
I Yeah, I think I would be able to do that, because this is where there is no pain involved, there is no taking a life involved. So there is this aspect of, there is that meat there, and there was no animal involved in it.
So what are the side effects of lab meats? I don't know.
We don't know
I
that
don't
yet, right?
know.
We don't know. So this has been, so what you can, what the food authority, it's like the Canadian foods, what do they call, I don't know what they call, like food inspection
Yeah.
agency. Yeah, food inspection agency. What they did was, they must have uh, analyzed this meat uh, in for various contents. Like they would take a small piece of animal muscle, and then they would analyze it, and they take this piece of lab grown meat, then they would analyze it, and then they see that genetically they are the same, because they're grown from the same genetic blueprint. But how would human body react to it, and how would you do it? We don't know. It's just like it's been approved, and only few people have eaten it, maybe in hundreds. It has to get into a mass supply to see. It's a genetically modified food, and we eat genetically modified food all the time. So everything what we eat is genetically modified. We have changed everything, whatever we eat, from chickens to cows to pigs to bananas to strawberries. Everything is genetically modified, in a sense that we change their genetic, so that we adapt it to how humans can grow. Even the wheat is genetically modified. If there is no genetical modification, green revolution in India would not have happened. So genetically modified means it's not bad per se, but it's like, what would be the effects of on human body by consuming this lab grown meat? We don't know. But if it is practically the same meat as it's grown on it, then it should not make any difference. But I don't know the answer. Well, no one knows the answer.
Yeah.
There has to be mass testing to be done, and there has to be blind test done for that to be done.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped eating beef a few years ago. Me and a friend, we went to the Harmony beef plant
Mm,
for a visit, and it wasn't open yet. So it was a tour of the Harmony beef plant. So they took us from the point where the cows entered the beef plant, where they slaughtered them, and where they took their skin off and all of that. Like They showed that entire pathway. This is where the cows will come in. And what really broke my heart literally was when the cows were brought into the plant. So they didn't bring them in straight lines, because what apparently happens is cows, when they see their buddies go in and not come out, they get anxious, and then they apparently have heart attacks and they die. And they collapse in those when they're standing in the line. So, and it's a lot of work to take them up and then, pick them up and bring them in. So they have to walk themselves to the slaughter, literally. So what they've done in that plant is that they've created those paths which are curved. So the cows really don't see beyond like maybe one cow in front of them. So they don't see that the cows ahead of them are going in and not coming out. So they can't visualize that. So that way their anxiety is low. And of course, if they're really anxious and they get slaughtered when they're anxious, the muscles apparently taste as well. So they want the muscles to be relaxed. They want the cow.
They should play good music.
Oh God, they probably do. So it was very interesting for me to see that they have created that environment of really peace, and it's like yoga meditation type of environment right before they. I think they.
They shoot a big bolt into their head. Yeah,
they shoot a bullet into a smack between their head. So it's very painless and it's very quick. It numbs the cow, like it doesn't feel any pain, but I don't know. It's just. Something in me just turned that day, and I've never eaten beef ever since. Like, it's just not happened.
Only as a burger, though.
Yes, I was gonna say. I haven't had steak ever since, but I've had burgers. I've had my A&W teen burger, but I haven't actually had that either for a while. Chicken, I still eat chicken once in a while, so I have to slowly. Maybe I have to go to like a chicken slaughter plant.
And these animals in the factory farming is really, really bad, but the organic meat is more ethical. So if these animals are allowed to live properly, allowed to
Anthony Bourdain said that if you can't kill it, don't eat it.
Don't eat it.
Yeah, I can't kill, so I should not be eating. I can't even watch someone killing it. I can't even see the raw meat. So I don't know. I think we're going in a very different direction here, but is there anything else you want to add?
So the last thing I want to add is, which is a yucky factor for you, is insects.
I don't want to talk about insects. He told me we're going to talk about insects, and I don't want to talk about insect proteins because I find that so disgusting. So I'm going to turn my ears off, and then you can
that's the cheapest protein available. And so this is they take our compost, basically, like fruits, and so they take the vegetables and fruits which are rotting in supermarkets and feed it to these mealworms. There are different kinds of worms you get. That's basically larvae of crickets and beetles, and then they eat almost their body weight every day. And then
everyone's saying please change the topic. So no, we're not going to talk about it. It's just so disgusting. I'm like sitting here. No,
but that's the cheapest protein.
I don't care. I don't care. I'd much rather die than eat that stuff.
You would not know.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to hear about anyone interested.
One day you will get chocolate chirp cookies.
Okay. And we will eat. Okay. Anyone who wants to know about insect cookies and insect proteins, please Google it and do your research. You'll find a lot of videos on it, but no, not here. It's not happening. I've seen the chocolate ants somewhere in South America. It's a delicacy.
No, that's an ant larvae. That's not what we are talking about. You get it as a powder, a white powder. That's all. You don't do anything. And you pay cookies. Protein.
No, not happening. No, absolutely not happening. All right. Well, it was lovely talking to you about protein and fake protein and disgusting insect protein. It was lovely. Thank you so much. And we will be back next week again, talking about something different, talking about something else. That's cool. I also wanted to talk about that guy in Connecticut who got a bowl of an got a Chinese bowl from Ming Dynasty, and the people who sold it, they didn't know its value. It was 35. They sold it in a yard sale for $35, and he got it, and he contacted the
Antique Roadshow.
Yeah, and then he contacted me. He found out that it's $400,000 to $500,000 worth a Chinese. It's like a
bowl.
Yeah, it's like that white bowl with blue graphics on it. How neat is that? How cool is that? I really want to talk about antiques. Why something that we don't value, someone else values it so much more. Someone's trash is someone's treasure. So I do want to talk about it. Why are antiques so popular? Or even like when we went to Texas, that small town, they were selling those outside sinks, the dirty old for $600, $1,000, and we're looking at it. This is a trash that we threw away in India. But yeah, they were selling it for a lot of money. So that's something I want to talk about. Maybe next time we can talk about that.
For sure.
Awesome. All right. Well, it was great talking to you. And everyone who's watching, please read the caption. If you know a woman in your life you'd like to nominate, or you'd like to appreciate, or you'd like to send to a spa on International Women's Day, which is March 8th, please do put her name into the form that is in the caption. The link is in the caption below. So please do submit her name. My daughter said she's going to submit my name, by the way, just so you know. So put her name in that draw, and then maybe she'll win that $50. Why not? And go to a spa and get a manicure, which is much needed. I need a manicure. I need a haircut. I need a hair color. You need a haircut. Yeah, we're locked up in our homes. We barely get out. And that's all I wanted to tell you. And of course, I wanted to say that we are changing a few things up on TC San. We are going to bring some new programming tomorrow, which is on Friday. And we are also hoping to change the timing for this show as well, because evening is getting a little busier for us now. Now, because of summertime as well, we will be going out. Hopefully we'll be getting out a lot more. So we wanted to free up our evenings, and yeah, so that's about it. There's a few things, updates, but pleasure as always. I'll see you in a bit.
Govinda, Govinda.
Govinda, Govinda to you too.